very first ever vlog. Some of you may have already by now read my blog post on Simran K WordPress, and you'll know it was all about anxiety. I want to vlog every now and then. I'm kind of more about the blogging rather than the vlogging, just because I'm not that confident in front of this camera. Like, this is so nerve-wracking for me, and knowing that it's gonna be out there for everyone to see is literally eating me inside. But I thought it was really important to kind of make it a bit more personal, and expand a bit more on my anxieties and fears, because it's a really real subject, and a lot of people suffer, and are suffering in silence, more silent. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about it a bit more, explain a bit more. Oh my god, my hair is just, it's a bit crazy, but who cares. Yeah, I wanted to explain it a bit more, and tell you guys a bit about how I kind of discovered I had anxiety, what anxiety is, how it affected me, and kind of how I'm just kind of getting used to it and getting used to overcoming it, or trying to overcome it. I think the best place to start would be with not knowing. Like, I had no idea anxiety was what I was feeling. About, I don't know, I say to loads of people that I talk to about my anxiety, that around September last year to January this year is blank for me. I have no idea what happened in that period of time. I have no idea of what I did, where I was, what I was doing. I mean, I know I was working, and I know I was at uni, but that's all I know. I can't remember specific events. I can't remember even Christmas and things like that. I can't remember very well, and I don't know why I've repressed it, or whether I've just got complete memory loss of that. I mean, later on, right now, anxiety is one of the reasons why I don't really want to find out what it was for me that happened, because I'm kind of scared of like the emotion I'll feel, discovering what I'm purposefully forgetting, or what is completely gone out of my mind. But that was the main period of time where everything started. I mean, I'd had anxiety before. I knew I suffered from anxiety, but it wasn't that bad. It was every now and then. It was because of small things. But by about January, end of January, beginning of February, around my birthday, I was really lucky. I had an amazing set of friends, and an amazing boyfriend who decided to go away on holiday with me. So I went to Amsterdam with my boyfriend, and where I realised shit was bad, was I was on the plane on the way to Amsterdam, and anyone that's been will know Amsterdam is like a 45-minute flight. 45 minutes, that's not long at all. Like, I've been in the car longer to Leicester, and I literally could not cope on this plane. I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. I couldn't breathe, my lips were turning blue, I was hyperventilating, I was like literally screaming to get off the plane. I was trying to push past everybody to sit in the emergency seat. I was asking for people to let me out. I'm in the air, like, where am I going? I'm not going anywhere. But I was petrified, and I could feel myself passing out. And I'm asthmatic. I was taking my asthma pump, wasn't helping. I was doing breathing techniques, it wasn't helping. Nothing was really helping me, and I literally had to have my boyfriend in my face talking to me, just to keep me around, just to keep me from going. And throughout that trip, bless him, he was so nice to me and so so comforting and helpful because I seriously was the girlfriend from hell. Like, we were away on a really nice trip to Amsterdam, and you can imagine I didn't want to go into any coffee shops or do anything like that because of the smoke. I was scared of getting asthma attack. I was scared of being panicky. There was just so much on my mind. Like, I couldn't do anything. Every 2 seconds I couldn't be left alone. Like, he went to the shop, I remember he went to the shop, and I couldn't even be left alone. Like, I had to call him and be like, you have to come back, like, I feel like I'm having another attack. It was terrible, absolutely terrible. But yeah, so from then till about, I mean, August this year, my anxiety attacks were frequent. I mean, when I got back from Amsterdam and that period, I was in the hospital constantly. I was having MRI scans. I was having all sorts of things because my heart was just going crazy with anxiety, and my heart rate was all over the place. It was a really scary time. Like, I suffer from asthma, so I was having asthma attacks constantly because I was getting myself in a panic with my anxiety attack, which was triggering the asthma. And as you can imagine, it was just downhill from there. As well as like the physical factors of anxiety, I gained weight. Like, that was another physical, but I also, how can I explain it? I didn't want to leave my room, basically. I didn't want to leave my room, and this was the time of my dissertation, so it was my final hurdle at uni, and I literally didn't want to leave my room. Didn't want to leave my room, didn't want to talk to anybody, didn't want to go to work, didn't want to go to uni, didn't want to do anything. And I literally just felt like this dark room was surrounding me, and I was this tiny person curled up in a fetus position, like in the corner somewhere. Like, that was literally my life. And I remember saying to my boyfriend, that's how I feel. I feel like I'm in such a dark place and I can't get myself out of it. I was having to talk to myself every single day just to get out of bed, like, to convince myself that nothing was actually wrong and that it was just anxiety and my body in panic. The only way I can say I am now a lot better is because I went through something called cognitive behavioural therapy. Anyone that has anxiety will probably have come across it before or know what it is, in short, CBT. And I went through quite a few sessions where I basically was able to put all my feelings and everything I was going through out onto paper so I could physically see everything that was going on in my head, all the cycles I was going through. An example of a cycle was when I felt down, I knew I was in bed. I wasn't leaving my room, I wasn't talking to anybody, and I had to literally break that cycle. I had to write it down on paper and see what I was doing and the different triggers and why I was doing it, and just cancel it out, try and physically rub one of those things out. And the easiest thing for me was to, it sounds silly, but get out of bed. Actually, it's not silly. It was really hard. It was get out of bed. Like, I had to get out of bed, and once I got out of bed, I was doing things and I felt better. Another thing was literally noting down how I felt at different times of the day, so I'd know when I was happiest, when I was down, what was making me down, what, like, just to see the different environments which made me feel good and what made me feel bad. And at the end of the day, I had to see them and rate them from 1 to 10, and eventually I cut out the ones where I was noticing I felt so low, cut out the situations where I felt low. And it was a lot about me cutting out a lot of shit in my life and really reevaluating what was important to me. And you know, people that know me might not even think that I made this big difference or changed anything, but it was really personal. It was really about me You know, I didn't cut anybody out per se, but I just paid more attention to the people that made me feel good. And those people know who they are, you know. And I have kind of built up the courage to talk, and only God knows, in January this will not be happening. I mean, I love makeup, I love hair and makeup and all that stuff, but this is not me. I'm not the one that's going to be there and doing makeup tutorials or doing the hair tutorials and things like that. I mean, I might give it a go, but it's not me at all. But this alone, just talking, is taking a lot for me and has taken a lot, and I feel like it's really a milestone for me. Like, it's a huge milestone, and it's kind of the reason why I wanted to do my vlog. It's kind of the reason why I wanted to do a few vlogs. And to be honest, in literally about 10 minutes ago, before I started this vlog, I did not want to do vlogging. I was like, nah, do you know what, I don't need to. I can just vlog, I can be behind a keyboard, no one has to see me, no one has to interact with me, I can just get what I need to say out. But my brother said to me, why not, Sim? Why don't you just do it? Like, what have you got to lose? Like, someone else may be experiencing the same thing, and I know loads of people do. Like, if you've read my blog, you'll see already in 2013 over 200,000 people were suffering with anxiety. That's a lot of people, and it's growing. Yeah.